and Roy Clark.
Hee Haw! I'm Buck. I'm Roy. Let's go. In right now.
I hear Luke run off with his wife's girdle.
Well, what'd she do?
Well, she sued him for non-support.
What kind of dog is that?
That's a lap dog. Yeah, I know. When I sat in his lap, he bit me.
How about these guys? They thought I was a folk singer.
You know, every time I see you, I think of my brother-in-law.
But I ain't nothing like your brother-in-law.
It's a good thing for you. If you were, you'd owe me $100.
It was so hot yesterday, I saw a dog chasing a cat, and they were both walking.
Here we are on this cornfield, and these shores stock gags.
Did you hear me pounding on the wall?
I couldn't hear you. I was practicing my violin at the time.
Well, it's early evening in Cornfield County as we hear lovable old Cousin Clem say to his friend and nephew, Junior,
Evening seems to have come early tonight, Junior.
Who tore the center folder out of my June 1932 National Geographic magazine? Old Blue-headed.
Keep quiet, Grandpa. He did not. I did.
What would you want to do a thing like that, Lulu?
'Cause I don't allow no pictures of bare-breasted, yellow-bellied sapsuckers in my house.
tune again next week when we will hear Junior say,
Lulu, how do you feel about long-legged honey-maned palominas?
You don't have to hang from a tree to be a nut.
Help! Giant frogs are eating Omaha!
He who gets too big for his britches will be exposed in the end.
Would you yell if I kissed you?
Okay, what do you want me to yell?
You'll find some swell people in a haystack.
Yesterday, I give back $2 I stole from the man I worked for.
Well, I guess you'll sleep better now, huh, Clem?
Well, if I don't, I guess I'll just have to give him back the rest.
Well, I ain't got nothing but the shirt on my back and an old two-button suit. I walked out of my job about a week ago, and now I'm sleeping in a telephone booth. Yeah, but I'm gonna be the richest guy around. Hey, the day you say you're mine, I got the hungries for your love, and I'm waiting in your welfare line. Well, when I first met you, baby, nearly made me wreck oh 49 Cadillac, and I knew at a glance that it was you for me. I had to have your love by heck. So now I'm right back where that I started from, but that ain't gonna change my mind. I got the hungries for your love, and I'm waiting in your welfare line. And I was overjoyed, but it didn't take long until the thrill was gone. I joined the ranks of the unemployed. So now I'm right back where that I started from, but that ain't gonna change my mind. I got the hungries for your love, and I'm waiting in your welfare line. I'm waiting in your welfare line. Give me a handout. I'm waiting in your welfare line.
across the highway with the bicycle.
What happened?
Hit by a truck.
Well, ain't that a hole in your boat?
Charlie Ferguson here with your KORN up-to-the-minute financial news. Earl Reamer of Pringleville was in town today to buy a used car. You know, Earl, he made an awful pile of money from the government this spring when the new highway went through and cut off his hardwood bush. Earl, he'll still get every dollar every day. He keeps it all at home, too. We don't trust them banks too much after what happened in 1929. So Earl comes into town lugging a cream can like it was given him the heaves. He drug it right into Jolly Roger's used car market, the one with the skull and crossbones on the flag. He opened up the lid and spilled all them dimes and quarters all over Jolly Roger's floor. I think it must have been Mrs. Earl's cream money. Mrs. Earl, she was Ada Leach that was. She was a leech on her father's side. Well, sir, it must have took old Rogers 3.5 hours to count up all them coins. And Earl telling them all the while he wanted that Hudson Terry plane for $795, just like in the advertisement in the paper. Except when they counted up all the money, it only come to $683.67. Oh, by Hinka, says Earl. I must have rung the wrong can.
There's Merle Haggard.
I'm going to California, where they sleep out every night. Lord, Lord. I'm going to California, where they sleep out every night. I'm leaving you, Mama, 'cause you know you don't treat me right. I got the California blues, I'm sure gonna leave you here. Hey, hey. I got the California blues, and I'm sure gonna leave you here. I may ride the line, I ain't got no railroad fare. Here it comes. Let me tell you something, Mama, that you don't know. Let me tell you something, good gal, you don't know. Well, I'm a do-right papa, got a home everywhere I go. I got the California blues, I'm sure gonna leave you here. I got the California blues, and I'm sure gonna leave you here. I may ride the line, I ain't got no railroad fare.
Right after this.
4 minutes instead of 3.5.
Wouldn't that cock your dang pistol?
If all the go-go dancers in the world were placed end to end, there'd be a lot of friction.
There is Bonnie Owens.
All of me belongs to you all the time. You're the only one that's ever on my mind. There's no way that I could ever be untrue. There's not one searching for a love I've lost and can't redeem. I'm yours and I can't give my heart to someone new. There's not one single part of me that don't miss you through and through. All of me belongs to you. All of me belongs to you.
Hey, Gordy. Pretty good-looking bananas there. How much are they?
They're 5 cents each. You've got 3 there. That'll be 15 cents.
No, but I have 2.
No, you have 3 bananas there.
I can see. I got 2 bananas.
Look, give me 1.
All right.
How many have you got?
I got 1.
And I got 1.
That's right. That's 2.
2, right? There's another one. That makes 3.
That's right. Hey, Buck, you like bananas?
Yes, I like bananas.
Have one.
Okay.
Hey, I like bananas. How about giving me 1?
Why don't you eat that 3rd one?
Grandpa, is that dog of yours a watchdog?
He sure is. We got robbed the other night, and all he done was sit there and watch.
I don't mind the Yanks at milking. It's the jerks that get me down.
Let's hear about your first airplane here.
Slim said he wanted me up at Nashville and said for me to go catch a plane. He told me what time be to Atlanta and they'd one left. And I had never been on a plane, you know. I'd come to Nashville one time, went back, and I got down there and I walked up to the window where this girl sold tickets, to a bunch of deskies in the big lawn. And I walked up there and I said, what time do... I saw her looking for... go to Nashville. I said, what time plane leave for Nashville? And she said the one leaves here at 5:55 and gets to Nashville at 5:53. I said, do you want reservations? I had on my big straw hat and I pulled it off and scratched my head. I said, now let's have that one more time right slow. She says it plane leaves here at 5:55 and gets to Nashville at 5:53. Do you want reservations? Well, no, but she had something I could get behind on and see that darn thing leave. It was going to back time up 2 minutes. She laughed then and asked her if it went through Twilight Zone coming up here. She said, no, said Nashville time was hours slower than there. And I told her, well, now that is getting more down like it. And, went on and got on the plane and we started up here. And it really happened. I mean, that did and this did too. So I stopped and the fella took me to Atlanta, you know, he'd had some in the car and I took me a little drink or 2 of medicine. And I was feeling pretty good. And we got on the plane, started. And one of these prettiest little stewardess you'd ever see. They 2 of them on there. One of them sure enough pretty though, and I'd told her a joke or 2 and had her tickle. And at 5 o'clock, you know, supper time flight, we got supper on the plane. And she brung 2 across from me, their supper, and 2 that was behind me, and 2 that was eating of me, and she brung me and this man sitting in this seat, she brung her and set them down there, and I took the lid off of it, and it was chicken. And they had chicken and there in it and had some chicken dressing there too, you know. He man across from me, he had his mouth full. He done eating away on his, and then it tickled me. I thought about it, and I couldn't help but laugh to save my life, and I was just dying laughing. She come by with 2 plates in her hand. She said, what's the matter now? I said, I was just thinking, I bet the hen that laid the egg, it hatched this chicken, had had any idea he'd ever flew this high, she'd have done some tall cackling. She laid that egg, and she dropped both plates.
Here are the Hagers.
Shadows of the buildings in the night. Run like rivers, broken only by the city light. Running like 1,000 whistle lights, broken only by the
kid killed 21 men before he was 21 years old.
What kind of a car did he drive?
That's Jimmy Riddle and Jack Phelps.
Music's best.
I hear you went to the ballet, Clem.
Yep. They gotta get taller people for that ballet.
How come?
Oh, they're all running around on their tippy toes. In one of them dances, them folks jump up and down in their long underwear.
That ain't long underwear. Them are tights.
Yeah, they must have been. Sober folks would never carry on like that.
I don't believe I'd have told that.
I crossed the sheet with a porcupine.
What'd you get?
An animal that knits his own sweaters.
Here is Roy Clark.
I'll stay with you if you say stay, but I must leave you when I must. I'll stay as long as we can laugh and leave when laughter turns to rust. The day the fireworks fail to flash and metal lights refuse to shine, we'll know it's time for someone else, for love is just a state of mind. If you can say it like it is, and if I like to hear it said, I'll carve your image on my heart and make sure that your soul is fed. But if one day the words break step, and if one ego lags behind, you call 'em left, I'll call 'em right, for love is just a state of mind. Keep yourself, but give me room. I want some place to think aloud. And if you can, your chain will reach from ocean floor to shining cloud. But when the shackles feel too tight, and when restrictions start to bind, it's time to breathe instead of choke, for love is just a state of mind. If my words are worry things, and if I make your mouth turn down, then take your apprehensive love and leave me now without a sound. But if you take me as I am and love me one day at a time, I may stay 1,000 years, for love is just a state of mind. For love is just a state of mind.
Any little tomato who knows her onions can go out with an old potato and come home with a couple of carrots.
Lulu, if I kissed you, would you holler for help?
Only if you needed it.
Since last week's terrible flood, which struck Cornfield County, the Culhanes have been adrift, floating aimlessly in their house for days. We hear Grandpa say,
I think I'm seasick. How can you be seasick in your own living room? Look out the window. I think I'm seasick too.
You can't be seasick
We're on the Mississippi.
Then I'm river sick.
Where's Lulu?
She was down in the engine room last I saw.
Tune in again next week when we will hear Grandpa say,
I guess this means the mail will be late.
Ice hockey is not popular in Bolivia.
Why was the essay you wrote on milk so short?
Well, I was writing about condensed milk.
Remember when you went out hunting for possum, you said you'd get one and wouldn't be long. That's 10 years ago, and I'm sitting here waiting, beginning to wonder if something went wrong. Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I'd found true love. You met another and you was gone.
We found a dead man down in the holler yesterday. We thought it was you.
What'd he look like?
Well, he's about your size.
How long the gray flannel shirt?
No, just a plaid.
No, wasn't me.
The Buckaroos.
Just got married. Does your wife really know how to wear clothes?
Well, I don't know. We ain't been married but a month.
Clifford is very conceited. He certainly is. On his last birthday, he sent his mother a telegram of congratulations.
Whoa, you'd better run that and buy me again.
Clifford is very conceited. He certainly is. On his last birthday, he sent his mother a telegram of congratulations.
When I got married, I think they gave me the wrong license.
Why? What seems to be the problem?
Well, it must be some mistake ever since I've been leading a dog's life. I stand around here all day, and all I get's a bird.
Hey, I met a man who wants me to buy a horse for a song. Would you advise me to buy him?
Well, that depends on how good you can sing and how good the horse's ears are.
You know what a Southern gentleman is? Yep. That's the man that won't kiss his wife for 6 months and will shoot another man that does.
Archie, I just killed a trumpet player.
Really? What do you think you'll get?
Some sleep.
RFD-TV.
Charlie Ferguson here with your KORN local election news. Now, here's a picture of Waldo McGlashan, who recently got nominated by acclamation for the school board and then got defeated the same way. Waldo, he ran for Commissioner of Parks last year and got beat. And they run for dog catcher and got beat. Next year, his ambition is to run for mayor and get beat. We asked Mrs. McGlashan why Waldo got his picture took with his hat on. Was he by any chance bald? And his wife said, bald? Well, I've seen more hair on 10 cents worth of bacon.
Donald Duck was never in the Navy.
When the morning sun streaks across my room and I'm waking up from another dream of you. Yes, I'm on the road. Once again, it seems all that's left behind is a chain of broken dreams. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. Ba-ba-ba-ba. How I wish that love was all we'd need to live. Hey, what a life we'd have. 'Cause I got so much to give. And it seems so wrong, deep inside my heart, that the dollar sign should be keeping us apart. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And if only I could find my way back to the time when the problems of this life had not yet crossed my mind. All the answers could be found in children's nursery rhymes. I come running back to you. I come running back to you. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, you know we can't live on dreams alone. And to pay the rent, I must leave you all alone. You know I made my choice many years ago. Now this traveling life is the only one I know. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you.
When the river rises, a wise man moves all his stuff before it gets wet.
Hey, wouldn't that knock your hat in the creek?
When we left the Culhanes, the terrible flood had struck Cornfield County. They have been floating in their home for some time now, as we hear Grandpa say,
We've been floating in our home for some time now. There's an echo in this here boat. I wonder where we are. Guess we'd better choose a captain to stir our house now.
You're silly.
No, merely foolish.
Where's Lulu?
Up on the roof trying to set a fix on our position.
I wonder where we are.
tune in again next time when we hear Grandpa say,
Who'd have thought a leak in the cellar could be such a tragic occurrence?
I crossed a sheep with a kangaroo.
What'd you get?
Got me some woolly jumpers.
Marlhead!
A canvas-covered cabin in a crowded labor camp. Stand out in this memory I revive. 'Cause my daddy raised a family there with two hard-working hands and tried to feed my mama's hungry eyes. He dreamed of something better when my mama's faith was strong, and us kids were just too young to realize that another class of people put us somewhere just below. One more reason for my mama's hungry eyes. Mama never had the luxury she wanted, but it wasn't 'cause my daddy didn't try. She only wanted things she really needed. One more reason for my mama's hungry eyes. I remember Daddy praying for a better way of life, but I don't recall a change of any size. Just a little loss of courage as their age began to show, and more sadness in my mama's hungry eyes. Mama never had the luxury she wanted, but it wasn't 'cause my daddy didn't try. She only wanted things she really needed. One more reason for my mama's hungry eyes. Oh, I still recall my mama's hungry eyes.
How you doing, Roy?
Pretty good. Hey, Archie, I understand you've been working for the government.
Well, yes, I am. As a matter of fact, only this morning, my congressman, Brother Fulton, you know, put me on his advisory staff.
Well, is that right?
Yeah. I told him what all I thought was wrong with the government, and he said, if we need your advice, we'll ask you.
Hey.
Advisory staff.
Yes. Archie, was you ever in the service?
Was I ever in the service?
That's
Listen,
just what I asked you.
I still got splinters under my fingernails where they drug me off the back porch. Now, as a matter of fact, there was 6 of us went in at the same time.
Well,
Me and 5 MPs.
I don't hardly believe that. I bet you don't even know what a fortification is.
That is 2 twentifications. Oh, you know, never forget being in the service, though. I'd been gone 3 years, you know, Junior. And hadn't seen my wife all that time. Got to the bus station down there, and I called her on the telephone. I said, honey, I'm a-coming home.
Right.
So I dashed through that front door and there in the living room, and I was giving her a big hug and a kiss. You know, I hadn't seen her in 3 years.
I know.
And all of a sudden, somebody knocked on the door, and before she could think, she pushed me back. She said, oh, Lord, that must be my husband. And before I could think, I jumped out the window.
Are you kidding me?
Broke my contract, huh?
I say, do girls really bother you?
No, they don't bother me. I wish they would. No, I get along all right with the women. Yeah, I was out with 9 girls last week.
9 girls, all told?
No, one of them kept her mouth shut.
I know you hear that old expression that crime doesn't pay.
Well, yeah, I've heard that, but there's nothing to it, Roy. Crime does pay. The only trouble is it costs so much to get elected. But you know, it's a funny thing. I want to tell you a funny thing about the law. About 2 weeks ago, I went into this hospital to get my appendix removed. And my wife sued that doctor and got him on a federal charge.
A federal charge?
Yes, sir, for opening her mail.
Mr. Campbell, I notice you seem just a mite nervous.
Huh? Well, yeah,
well, look, it does show just a little bit.
Yeah, it shows a little bit.
I don't mean to be personal.
No, that makes me clip a little better.
Right, but do you drink?
Well, you know how it is. You're out in parties, so you know how it is, Junior.
Well, yeah, but look, your hands are shaking too much. Now, just how much do you drink?
Oh, I don't know, Roy. I'd say about in the neighborhood.
Well, look, let's put it this way. Would you go as far as say that you would drink a pint a day?
No, good Lord, I spill more than that.
I understand that you was once also a doctor.
Oh, yes, I've been known to take on quite a few cases.
Well, I want you to take a look at this hand. There's a rash on there.
Hey, Roy. Have you had this before?
Well, come to think of it, I have.
By golly, you've got it again.
Well, all right, Mr. Campbell, I might as well put it to you bluntly. Yeah. Do you have a degree in medicine?
You don't have to have a degree. You just got to think, Roy. In order to be a doctor in this part, you got to think and keep your eyes open. Now, you take a case I had the other day. Me and Junior drank it. Now, it's a different case. Jake Mathis over there, he is puny, you know, and they called me to come over and see him. Went over, and I looked down at him. I said, Jake, get up out of that bed. There ain't nothing wrong with you. You just think you're sick. Most people think they're sick.
I go along with that.
I went back a week later, and he's still laying there. I looked at him, and I said, Jake, get up out of that bed. You ain't sick. You just think you're sick. Saw his wife a couple of days ago, and I said, how's your husband? She said, we buried him yesterday. He thinks he's dead.
What this country needs is a good 5-cent automobile.
I'll pick it.
And I'm grinning.
I'll never again.
Beat it back on there. Did your wife try on that dress in the store window?
No, sir. No, sir. They made her go in the dressing room to do that. Hey, you know what they say? They say that money talks.
Well, how come all it says to me is bye?
Goodbye. You know, that butcher insulted me.
How come?
Well, I ordered 10 cents worth of dog meat, and he said, shall I wrap it, or will you eat it here?
Buck speaking, but why is Roy grinning?
You know,
you always stop at that one good
part.
Listen. You know that girl I was with last night, she sure had her heart in the right place.
Yeah, but everything else she had was showing messed up.
I don't know what your mind was, but I knew it had to be a good one.
Would you say I had a garden romance?
Yeah. You're a deadbeat and she's an old tomato.
Doggone it, that's corny.
Did anyone, you lobbed over. Did anyone ever tell you you were handsome?
No, I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Well, whatever made you think they would?
Don't give up your paper round.
How'd they find out, how did they find out, Luke? How come everything looks the same nowadays? How'd they find out Luke stole that pig?
I guess that old pig squealed.
They got dog catchers. Where's the joke catcher?
You're the one in red.
Oh!
Well, I never told her what I got on. My sister's engaged to an Irishman. You know that?
Oh, really?
No, O'Reilly.
The trumpet was invented by the tuba.
Grandpa, what's for supper?
Chicken and dumplings, green onions, boiled cabbage, and sweet tater pie.
Yum, yum!
That little axe that you called dear mother, our life was a mess from the trouble she'd stirred. I hear she is sick and I'm sure feeling sorry. I worship the ground that is coming to her. Well, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I'd found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Stop the pig news. The whole Rumble farm is still hog-tied over the big revolt. Farmer Emery Rumble has been snooting around to see if he can find the ringleader. When we asked him who was behind the ruckus, he just said it was a big boy.
Sure was cold last night, Junior. Did your teeth chatter?
I don't know. We don't sleep together.
I can tell you how to live 100 years.
Yeah, how?
Don't drink, don't smoke, and don't chase women. Does that mean I'll live to be 100? No, it'll just seem like that.
No wonder they put a fence around here. They don't want this corn to get out.
Hey, Roy, does that clock work good that you won at the fair?
It works fine. It does an hour and 50 minutes.
I'm gonna buy me a cow. I'm gonna buy me a bike. You'd look funny riding a cow to work. Yeah, but it would look a lot funnier milking a bike.
Has any of your family connections ever been traced?
Well, an uncle of mine was traced up as far as Canada.
Here is Sheb Woolley.
I look at my old suitcase and I think of all the places that I've been. All the rail yards and the jail guards and the dumpy little towns that I've been in. And the whispers of the people as they see me ever moving, passing through. Yes, I remember all these things, but mostly I remember loving you. I remember loving you like no other love I knew. I've forgotten quite a few, but I remember loving you. The smells of cheap hotels are huddled in some boxcar from the rain. The flashing lights that cut the night and the railroad bulls that kicked me off the train. The wind that blows the winter snow and freezing in the cold until I'm blue. Yes, I remember all these things, but mostly I remember loving you. I remember loving you like no other love I knew. I've forgotten quite a few, but I remember loving you.
And it's been a ball, Bub. And we'll see you all next week on...
Sheb Woolley and his sidekick, Ben Calder, Archie Gamble, Gordy Tapp, Don Harris, Janine Riley, Grandpa Jones, Lulu Roman, Junior Sample, Jennifer Bishop, Susan Ray, String Bean, Kathy Baker, Kingfish the Wonder Dog, Don Rich and the Buckaroos, and the Nashville Edition. Hungry Eyes and The Best Part of Me Belongs to You were previously recorded. This whole cotton picking show was recorded in Nashville, Tennessee.